Happy to chat here on KRFO Radio with Minnesota Vikings fan Owatonna's Todd Walkingstick, who's taking in a lot of this final training camp in Mankato in person, of course. And you've been doing this for a few years, right, Todd? Going over to training camp?
That's my 24th year, Roy.
Okay, 24. Yeah, that's a few and a little more. How was the first week of camp going in your mind? What have you enjoyed? What have you seen?
It's been one of the strangest camps because the first Sunday the rookies moved in. Monday and Tuesday was rookie practice only, and I sat in the stands with like 25 people.
What?
But, you know, most people, to them, training camp, what I'm talking to, isn't really until everybody's here, which, yeah.
Okay.
But, as a fan, I want to see all the kids play. That was kind of strange, and then Wednesday, the veterans moved in. I went over there to meet those, and I don't know if the Vikings told them to be nice to them, or they just did it on, but man, they were signing for everybody. It was just the neatest experience to watch the players interact with the fans. And then on Thursday, yesterday was the first full day, and we had, unfortunately, a couple of injuries. McKinnon, I'm not quite sure what the extent of him, and then Riley Reef, our tackle, that's concerning. But, again, I don't know the extent of the injury yet either.
Okay. Now, Teddy Bridgewater talking to the media was pretty significant this week because, and I'd almost forgotten this, he hasn't talked himself since the injury nearly a year ago.
Yeah, I've seen him around here, and he's on the far field. He's doing the exercises and, conditioning over there, so I, can't say I watch him practice, but I've seen a couple of videos on Twitter where he looks like he's really moving his feet pretty quick.
Okay. As far as the rookies, back to the rookies, having seen them through the first few days of practice, guys standing out, or what are you taking away as a fan?
This draft class I love watching. Delvin Cook, he is the real deal. I mean, again, it's only practice, but you can just see he's got like a quick mind to decide which way he wants to go, and he's quick. It's not necessarily that big, but it's they've been throwing a lot of balls at him, so he's showing he's got real good hands coming out of the backfield. Bucky Hodges, the tight end, 6'8", all 6'7" or 6'8" of them is a massive man. Big hands. The two rookie receivers, Stacy Coley and Rodney Adams, they're doing some punt return stuff, and they look like they got real solid hands back there. So those four guys that I just mentioned I'm real excited to see how they progress.
With the first couple of days of practice for everybody, are those rookies still looking like they're close to up to speed with the veterans?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I was saying, do the rookies still, are you still impressed after seeing them mixed in with the veterans through a couple of practices now?
Yeah, it's really neat to see them mix in with the veterans. I mean, Stan Bradford, the quarterback, handing off to Delvin Cook. Obviously they practice in OTAs and stuff like that, but it looks like it's a natural thing back there. Bradford's throwing them swing passes. Both receivers, Adams and Coley, are doing some real nice reception. So, yeah, and Bucky Hodges, the four I mentioned before, they'll fit in real well.
Latavius Murray, I guess he goes on that PUP list, physically unable to perform. Having followed the news since he was acquired by the Vikings, is that at all a surprise that he goes on that list with the ankle injury?
No, that wasn't a surprise. It's just a matter of making it official. He's on the far field with Teddy, and then also Sharif Floyd. Those three are over on the far field, the west of the stands, the farthest field, and those three are doing their various exercises, or I guess I really don't know what they call it, but those three are, they're specialized in training.
Are there other new guys the Vikings have brought in? I know offensive line is such a huge issue based on last season. There are some new guys there, aren't there?
I'm sorry, what?
As far as offensive line or other new guys in general, who else is new in camp, and how do they look?
There's a guy by the name of Dayton Jones. We got him from the Packers. I've never seen a thicker neck on a guy in my life. He's got to be a size, it might be exaggerated, 21. He's just huge. The other guy that's super big, and Michael Floyd, the receiver we got, I didn't realize how big he really was.
Okay.
He's just physically a big guy. And you read the bios on him, 6'4" and 220, say, but man, when you see these guys in person, they're just, boy, it's big. Last night he made a couple double moves on his routes and just put the secondary in. Like, bye. He's fun to watch. So those two guys, as far as newcomers, offhand stick to my mind that Jones, the size of him, he played defensive end for the Packers.
Okay.
He's bulked up, so they're going to put him next to like Linval Joseph type, and then Michael Floyd will have to serve his 4-game suspension.
Mm-hmm.
But when he comes back, week 5, I think it's going to be fun to watch the boy.
The team signed Everson Griffin to a contract extension a few days ago. That's great news.
Yeah, in fact, I just love watching him work because, you watch him on Sunday afternoons or nights, and he never stops working. And you know what? In training camp, the same thing. The guy's spinning. He doesn't let up, and I think it's an advantage to our offensive line to play against him because they make the line better facing a guy like Griffin, and then the other guy, Danielle Hunter. He's coming even bigger than he was last year. I met him today, and his arms are just huge. Last year, I think it was first 2 years, he had like 12.5 sacks together as a backup. I can't imagine if he starts. And today he was playing with the first stringers. So it was Everson Griffin, Danielle Hunter, Joseph, and Tom Johnson across the front line.
Wow. So, Todd, someone who's making their way to the training camp maybe for a first time, they see this as it in Mankato, so it's real close for people here to swing on over. What do you suggest they watch for? What are the attractions of training camp that people should really take in if they make it over there between now and August 8th?
Well, I think to come over and watch, just like the morning practice, if they want us to come over just for the hour, that's a walkthrough, you can at least see the players without their helmets and get a feel for how big they are. If you come in the afternoon, it's 2:45 to 5:10. No pads on, but then there's more like 11-on-11, 7-on-7, 1-on-1. So I really enjoyed a 1-on-1 with say Xavier Rhodes against Stephon Diggs. Those battles are fun.
All right. Any other notes that you'd like to share? Things that have stood out, or scouting reports here at this point, Todd?
I'm sorry, what?
Anything else to add from things you've been observing at training camp up to this point?
No, I guess as far as the crowd, it's been a pretty good crowd, but it's a little disappointing. I guess I was kind of wondering, this being the last year in Mankato, how the crowd would be. Like today, the autograph line, they have one every day for different positions. Mm-hmm. Today was offensive line, and I really thought there was people, but not like I've seen in the past. So today, Friday, Saturday, we'll see how people roll in. I'm hoping they get a bigger crowds. This week has been, it's been a weird week with the first 2 days being rookies, and then, like I said, 25 people with me in the stands, and then yesterday, I would say it's probably, I don't know, the stands are pretty full. I guess I'd hate to guess the number, but it was a lot better feeling watching that many people in the stands.
Okay. Well, Todd, hopefully we can do another report next week, and I assume you're going to be there for a little bit of next week, or not?
Yeah, I got to go back to work Monday, but I plan on coming over after work, and then next Friday, I'll probably work a half a day and then come over here, and then Saturday is Family Day here, so I really highly recommend to people, whoever's listening, to come on over to Family Day. It'll be the last one ever in Mankato. It's, I think it's 7 o'clock at night till 9, and then they have fireworks. Mankato puts on a fireworks display over the old Gage Towers, so it's really quite an exciting night. And it's free, other than parking. Mm-hmm. So I would say about 8,000 to 10,000 people usually show up for that, and I'm going to guess since it's the last one ever, could really be a madhouse over here. So that's my hope, anyways.
Well, very good. Well, hopefully we're able to chat with you again, get another report on training camp, and then when this team is starting to play games, when that season is coming up, we know that you keep your fingers on the pulse of the Vikings, so we'll get some comments from you as we move into another campaign. Todd, great talking to you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Roy.
Yeah, Todd Walkingstick with me here. Owatonna's Todd Walkingstick, big-time Minnesota Vikings fan.